Hello everyone, and welcome to today's session on Classroom Management Mastery. I'm excited to have you here. Today, we'll be exploring some key strategies, including using routines for consistency and the power of teacher control. We'll look at how these elements can help create a more effective and engaging classroom environment. Over the next few slides, I'll share practical tips and insights to support your teaching success. Let's get started. This slide emphasizes that routines are created for everyone, meaning they are designed to support all students in the learning environment. Consistency is key here. By being consistent, we provide a reliable structure that students can depend on. Think of routines as a kind of map for students to follow, something that guides their actions and helps them understand what comes next. When routines are clear and predictable, they teach the behavior we want to see, like staying on task or following directions. And here's the important part. Routines are like the tracks for success. They set the path for students to succeed academically and socially because they create a stable and organized environment. When we establish consistent routines, we're not just managing behavior. We're laying down the foundation for a positive, productive classroom where every student knows what to expect and how to succeed. Students know exactly how to succeed. It's all about understanding what success looks like and having a clear path to get there. When students are aware of the expectations, it removes confusion and sets them up for achievement. Bridge the gap between expectations and actions. That means helping students connect what they're supposed to do with the actual steps they need to take daily. By doing this, we make success more accessible and less intimidating. Now, routines are the most effective time-saving device. Establishing consistent routines helps streamline classroom management and keeps students focused. Routines reduce decision fatigue for both teachers and students, making daily transitions smoother. Automate your management. This is about creating systems and habits that run automatically, so you spend less time on discipline and more on teaching. When you automate your management, you free up energy to focus on individual student needs and overall learning. So, by clarifying expectations, bridging the gap with clear actions, and automating routines, we set the stage for a more efficient and successful classroom. It's time for our end-of-lesson routine, so let's take a moment and look at the board. This is a crucial part of our classroom management because it helps us transition smoothly from learning to wrapping up. When we follow a routine like this, it promotes calm and order, making sure everyone knows what to do next. Now, you might notice that routines like these are routine-based, meaning they become habits that help everything run smoothly. If we rush or skip this step, it can lead to noise and confusion, especially when the bell is about to ring and students are trying to put things away quickly. That's why clear, specific instructions are so important. Vague instructions can cause chaos, so instead, we use clear maps or cues to guide students. When everyone understands what's expected, the end of the lesson goes more predictably and peacefully. So remember, clear instructions and consistent routines are key to creating a calm, organized learning environment, even during those busy transition times. All right, let's talk about some practical tips to help us stay consistent. First, I recommend using 2-minute reminders at the start of every lesson. These quick prompts can really reinforce your intentions and keep you focused on your goals. Now I want to emphasize patience. Building a solid habit doesn't happen overnight. It can take weeks, sometimes longer, so it's important to be gentle with yourself and stay committed. Remember, consistency is key. Focus on doing one routine at a time until it becomes second nature. The idea is to keep things simple, just one routine at a time, so you don't get overwhelmed. When you introduce a new habit, teach yourself or others the importance of the activity, then practice it regularly. Repetition is crucial. And don't forget to reinforce what you've learned, review, reflect, and celebrate small wins along the way. Ultimately, the goal is to make these habits habitual. That's how they become part of your daily life, and that's where real progress happens. So be patient, stay consistent, and trust that with time, these routines will become second nature. Let's talk about activity transitions, which are key moments in the classroom that help keep things running smoothly. First up is handing in work. It's important to have a clear process so students know exactly how and when to submit their assignments. Next is group work. Encouraging effective collaboration requires structured transitions to move from individual to group tasks seamlessly. Asking for help is another crucial transition. Students should feel comfortable seeking support without disrupting the flow. Distributing materials involves efficiently handing out supplies or resources so that students can stay focused and engaged. Entering and leaving the classroom are also vital transition points. These should be organized to minimize chaos and maximize time on task. Now, all of these points lead us to the idea of essential routine hotspots. These are specific areas or moments in the classroom where transitions often happen, and paying attention to them helps create a predictable, calm environment. When we manage these hotspots well, it supports the overall classroom routine, keeps students engaged, and reinforces positive habits. So, in summary, smooth activity transitions are about clarity, consistency, and organization. They're essential for maintaining an effective and engaging learning environment. A concrete hold prevents students from testing limits. What I mean by that is establishing clear boundaries so students know what's acceptable and what's not. This helps create a stable environment where expectations are consistent. Project an aura that nothing escapes your notice. This means demonstrating confidence and awareness at all times so students understand you're attentive and in control. When they see that, they're more likely to respect your authority. And awareness is key. Being perceptive of what's happening in the room, reading students' cues, and adjusting accordingly. Control is about creating a sense of order and security, and it's not about micromanaging, but about guiding with purpose. Remember, the best teachers are always in control, not in a way that's intimidating, but in a way that fosters trust and respect. When students see that you're in control, they feel safe to explore, learn, and grow within those boundaries. So overall, mastery of control isn't about dominance. It's about creating an environment where students can thrive because they understand the limits and trust that you're watching out for them. Master your body to project total composure. When you're in a presentation or speaking situation, your body language plays a crucial role in how you're perceived. It's about more than just words. It's about the nonverbal signals you send. Avoid comfort gestures, like touching your face, which can sometimes communicate nervousness or uncertainty. Instead, aim for open, confident gestures that reinforce your message. Remember, your posture sends powerful subconscious messages. Standing tall and grounded conveys confidence and authority. And keep in mind, 70 to 90% of communication is nonverbal. That means your body language often speaks louder than your words. So, mastering your physical presence isn't just about looking good. It's about reinforcing your message and projecting total composure. Let's talk about some key strategies to really own the room. First, get down to their level. This means physically lowering yourself if needed to show you're comfortable and approachable. It helps build trust and makes your audience feel at ease. Next, invading personal space, about 2 to 3 feet, can demonstrate confidence. When you do this naturally, it signals you're secure and in control, but always be mindful of personal boundaries to avoid discomfort. Now, moving around the space is also crucial. By walking through the room intentionally, you show that you're in charge. It keeps your energy dynamic and engages your audience more effectively. Overall, owning the room is about being present, confident, and deliberate with your movements. It's not just about standing still, but actively controlling how you occupy the space. When you do this well, you project authority and make your message more impactful. Let's talk about some key techniques for maintaining a professional presence. First, avoid starring contests. Instead, keep your interactions natural and observant. Think of it as being present without fixating. This helps you stay engaged without appearing intimidating. Using a roving eye is an excellent strategy. Sweep the room gently to notice everything happening around you. This not only keeps you aware of the environment, but also shows you're attentive to details. Remember, both for praise and giving instructions, your eyes are essential. They can convey confidence, interest, and authority. The core idea here is, use your eyes to command attention. Eye contact is powerful, but it's more than just staring. It's about making meaningful connections. When you use your eyes effectively, you reinforce your message and build trust. So always be intentional with your gaze. Use your eyes to engage, observe, and lead the room. Let's talk about how to build credibility through systematic scanning. It's really about being intentional and thorough in observing your environment. By scanning systematically, you demonstrate that you're aware of everything happening around you, which helps establish trust and authority. Next, it's crucial to stop off-task behavior immediately. When you see students drifting off or getting distracted, addressing it right away signals that you are in control and that maintaining focus is a priority. Knowing what's happening in all areas of the room is key. This means having a clear picture of the entire environment at all times, so you can respond quickly and effectively to any issues that arise. This idea of with-itness really ties everything together. It's about having eyes in the back of your head, so to speak. You may not literally have eyes there, but it's about developing a heightened awareness of your surroundings. The most important concept here is that with-itness and systematic scanning help you manage your classroom proactively, rather than reactively. They're critical tools for creating a safe, respectful, and focused learning environment. So remember, the goal is to be present, vigilant, and responsive. These practices build your credibility as a leader in the classroom and support the overall theme of effective classroom management. Variety and enthusiasm are key to keeping students engaged and preventing boredom or misbehavior. When we introduce different activities, voices, or teaching methods, it helps maintain their interest and focus. Remember, a lively and dynamic approach makes learning more enjoyable for everyone. Keeping transitions tight with a clear lesson plan on the board is essential. It helps students follow along easily and minimizes confusion or disruptions. When they see what's coming next, they stay more engaged and less likely to act out. Now, for maximum impact, I want you to slow down your delivery. Drop your volume and tone slightly. This draws attention to important points and helps students process the information better. Tight transitions and a controlled voice work hand in hand. They create a smooth, professional flow that keeps the class on track. So remember, use variety and enthusiasm, have a clear plan visible, and control your voice to make your classroom management more effective.